Hey everybody, clearing. Okay, today this is going to be a Divine Feminine reading. We've seen some pretty intense energies for the masculines lately, and I just want to give some support for the feminines who are navigating really a lack of communication. And what I believe I'm seeing for the masculines is a really deep solo dive into starting to get real about the deep heart level preferences and beliefs and challenges that going from the previous version of themselves to the new, more righteous, more purified, perfected version actually entail. So it's a pretty big reality check, dark night of the soul for some, very introverted for others, starting to get in touch with inconvenient things, realizations, cringy energy. It's not a comfortable feeling. It's like the conscience is coming to the forefront, and the incongruencies in the way that they've been behaving and acting. A lot of divine masculines are starting to come forward and express that they aren't happy with the way that they have behaved, acted, treated, spoken. So it's a really tender time right now. I'd like to get into what we can see for my viewers, Divine Feminines mostly here, and cross watchers, welcome. But I'm going to do a pick a pile, pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. La la la, this can be the front picture, I guess, here. So pile 1, pile 2, pile 3. I'm going to timestamp, but we'll see, what are you meant to do? What would divine guidance have you do while your divine counterpart, divine masculine, is getting real? So if you picked pile 1, let's get into pile 1. I'll try and ask some instructive questions here too, but what is it, Divine Creator, that pile 1 can do while their divine counterpart is going through this purification process that we're seeing in the cards? What can we see? What is it that pile 1 most needs to know about their person right now? Wow, the High Priestess in the reverse is the only card out of the 4 that is in the face-up position. And as I ask the question, what does pile 1 need to know about their person? There is an invitation for you, pile 1, to not need to know. 333. So it's about putting down the hypervigilance, coming into the faith that all things needed will be revealed in time. If you are not in communication, if there are mysteries, secrets, things hidden, trust, profoundly trust that it will be revealed to you when appropriate. If not, focus on you, focus on your life, focus on your healthy boundaries. You don't have to pine and long for somebody who is not being transparent, and you don't have to fill in the blanks with negative storylines about why that is. Yeah, you are truly being asked to unhook. This is another card of the mystery. The moon energy here is talking about the subconscious, talking about letting go, not needing to know, finding your own way through the forest at night. You don't need to carry your divine counterpart. If this is truly a divine counterpart, they will be profoundly supported by the things that they're going through in silence, autonomously. Look for your own truth, the truth that sets you free, like on the wings of this bird, the big picture, coming to a place where you can let go of needing to know. And energetically, this is the Page of Wands. It's the seeker asking the divine for intuitive guidance, for understanding in what you need to know, what you have in front of you, and trusting that all things will be revealed. These divine relationships are not meant to be karmic connections where there is uncertainty, doubt, fear, I'm going to say jealousy, secrets. That is not self-love. If you are longing for a person who is not honoring you that way, you must unhook until that is possible, if that is going to be possible with this person. You have to carry on living your life and understand that that is not a productive way to be treated. That is not going to get you anywhere in your relationship at this time. And so if you are not being included in your person's process, give space until, if and when your person desires to include you in that process. Let's get into a little bit more of this tender exploration. So I'm feeling for this pile that there's a left hanging kind of energy. Let's get some instruction. What would the divine have you do? Is there an action that pile 1 should take regarding the left hanging energy? What can we see? Yeah, 10 of Swords. This is your chance to really experience the forsaken, left for dead, abandonment wounds this might be bringing up for you. You must be whole in yourself to magnetize your union. You can't bring this kind of uncertainty into union and be stable for the long term. So let's get some more information here on that. What deck am I being asked to go for? So what can we see? How can pile 1 address this mini dark night of the soul, or the uncomfortable energy that's coming up for them right now? Let's say, where is it coming from? What is it stemming from? Okay, it's coming from clinging. Literally it is, but you know, you are winning. The Empress is also here. The Four of Earth and the Empress cards both came out on the edge, and that means on the fence. So Four of Earth is the codependent, clinging, hoarding card, not opening up the heart into safety. And so you must understand that if you don't feel it's appropriate to open your heart into safety with this person, there's something about the dynamic that isn't safe. Trust yourself and take space at this time is what I'm getting here. You need to come into, oh dear, that's the Emperor. Why did I think it was the Empress? How amazing. So the Emperor can sometimes be the divine masculine that's appearing to control the scenario. So you might feel at the mercy, but you're hanging on to somebody that isn't allowing for freedom to come into this scenario. They appear to be blocked. Let them have that. That is okay. It has nothing to do with you. It is their own issues that is causing them to be unable to show up into this connection appropriately. It's on the fence here, on the side, and so this is an essential time in your journey where you must let go and not need to know what it is and how it concerns the two of you at this time. Let your person go through what's needed, but you definitely might be feeling their intensity at this time. So don't believe everything that you think. It might not be yours. We've got the Hanged Man, the Nine of Water, and the Chariot with the Queen of Air. The Queen of Air came out face down in the reverse. Tact and timing, no communication. This could be throwing you into volatility. I'm not going to lie, pile 1, you could be having swells of anger, frustration, unbalanced thoughts. Keep working on those. You are coming into some mastery in your own right. You've got this. You can balance out. Your person actually doesn't have this control over you, and this is an essential part in the journey for you to release control issues so that you can also just be present and hold your own inner balance regarding anything that comes up. These twin flame dynamics really push us into the mastery and into being unfazed by things outside of our control. The serenity prayer keeps coming up time and time again, and here's another perfect opportunity, pile one, for you to step into that. There is a radical new perspective that is available to you. It is about letting go of control issues and understanding if something is outside of your control right now, let it go. Let it go. And balance out your own emotions. Learn those skills. Nine of Water is the wishes to move forward. So there seems to be some sort of a expectation that didn't come through, a desire to move this forward that didn't result at this time. And the stuck energy is coming up. I'm hearing as a gift for you to unhook and balance out. Self-worth indicates that you don't cling on to people that aren't showing up authentically. As much as you love your person, pile one, it does look like they aren't able to show up for you, and that in no shape or form reflects on your worthiness. If you have a guilty conscience about what you have done in this connection, this is your grace period to truly work on the things that you have been triggered about and the way that you've conducted yourself. For many of you, you will have come through the intensity to a place where you have been conducting yourself beautifully, but you're still just hanging on in hopes, expectations, attachment to a particular vision of what should happen. I'm not saying for pile one that you won't come together with your person, but right now you must absolutely let go, because they aren't showing up in an energy that is conducive to going forward in harmony. And so the slate must be cleared. The past has to be let go of. You've got to come into understanding what you're worth, finding the words to speak to yourself about what has happened, the patterns that have come up between the two of you, so that you won't recreate it, so that you won't be unaware of your contribution going forward. You don't have to be in an energy of lack within a relationship, and you don't have to move a relationship forward hoping it will transform after. That's a very karmic way to do it. These connections are taking a long time to come in because the groundwork is being laid prior to them coming in. It's a lot different than many of the relationships we've been accustomed to, where we get into something too fast, likely with sex and all of that, and then have to clean it up after the fact because we get to know them later on. Get to know yourself right now, pile one. This is absolutely imperative, I just heard. So what can we see for the next steps? There's the Empress and overcoming anxiety. I was feeling the Empress energy when the Emperor came out. So realize that you've been giving away your power to this divine counterpart, and it's time to reclaim that, and this will be the key to coming out of your anxiety when you remind yourself that you are your primary relationship. Your connection to Source is your primary contemplation, not your divine counterpart. It is absolutely evident when you are connected with Source what you are worth and how you conduct yourself and what you allow into your energy field. There's a little bit of a emotional temper tantrum energy that I'm feeling here, and that is the control issues. So if your divine counterpart is not beating down your door to say and profess their love for you, this might be highly triggering with all the astrological stuff going on, the 11:11 portal, the eclipses coming in. You are feeling it intensely, but it is time to let go for now. Let's get a quick message, and this is so you can come into your full Empress energy. You're still in the reverse here, and it's not like any of those who are in pile 1 are in the full Empress energy at this new level. There's a doozy of a bottleneck of things applying right now, and your divine counterpart is going through so much intense recalibration, so you're feeling it all. So don't go into flogging yourself emotionally that you're not in a stable, solid place right now. This is one of those squeezes that will make you absolutely grounded and practical and rooted in love as you come into union. What message can we get for pile 1 from their divine counterpart? What can we see? I miss you, do you, in the reverse. So your divine counterpart is not telling you how much they miss you. Do I want to take those things? We're getting a couple of sunshiny cards here. The pile just fell apart. I think your person is kind of falling apart right now. Ooh, I'm a very jealous person in the reverse. This came out within the last few days for the divine masculines. I just wish things were different. You are so very special. Yes. And you hurt me, but that's okay, I guess. So there's emotions are running high for you, pile 1. There's something here. Even if you haven't talked to your person in a long time, there's some running theme about worthiness and about totally coming into stability within each of your core, so that it's not about external gratification or comfort, and that there's just this deep surrender into worthiness and knowing within. So yeah, whatever you're picking up from your person, they are actually dealing with being triggered and jealousy and feeling just like, I just heard that they haven't figured it out, but they've been pretending to. So forgive them for their becoming, pile 1, and just really unhook your energy right now, because you are coming into more autonomous balance. But your person is going through it. You're like a superhuman right now, pile 1, because you are feeling them so much. So literally healthy boundaries energetically. Do what you can just to come into self-love, and just know that when your person is ready, they'll come forward and share what's been going on, and it'll make a lot of sense eventually. Okay, let's see. Where's my pen for pile 2? 1829. Pile 2. What can we see for pile 2 regarding their person at this time, going through the 11:11 portal and the eclipses towards the solstice? What can we see? What should pile 2 be doing at this time? What does pile 2 need to know about their person? We're getting awakening to surrendering to this love. So your person really is awakening to this love. Oh, and I heard you need to as well. So letting it sink in, letting it be its own proof. I'm hearing things like, you've never felt this way for anyone else. That's a proof of the love. You've never seen your capacity to be so unconditional. That's another proof. You're needing to surrender to these reality checks that this person is real, that you have this connection. It might be incredibly difficult because it's not easy, but at the same time, there are many proofs that this love exists and it is real, that you are being asked to just look at. When you get all up in your head about how it's not coming in faster or in a certain way, etc. Calm yourself down and allow it to sink in. I'm being told to tell you, just revel in it. There's a reverence of the love here, pile 2. What about the love is pile 2 meant to see? Okay, ooh, this exact same card came out for pile 1. If you chose both, I'm not surprised. But this is the abandonment triggers. This is the existential crisis. This is the forsaken energy. So you might be literally just at your wit's end about why this connection is not coming in, isn't easier, isn't smoother, when the love is so here. Focus on the spiritual revelation of what love is, and that you have a huge heart opening in this connection. And then look at the pain. Love is not meant to hurt. When we can see what love really is, it's meant to support us and to uplift us. This is a very tender lesson to learn. This is the end of attachment. This is where we can come into non-attachment on a new level. We do this repeatedly. It's cycles. But this is a deeper stage of telling yourself love is meant to feel good. Whatever the thoughts are you're telling yourself about not being good enough for your person, not feeling attractive enough, not being anything enough, your worthiness. Whatever you're telling yourself, don't believe the hype. This is your chance to just let go of that and understand you're actually allowed for love to make you feel good, and it doesn't need to make you feel this way. So how can we unlock why this is feeling this way? Wow, we get the Divine Feminine, Queen of Wands. So you are actually at a developmental stage where you're seeing all of your worthiness triggers. You're having to take a really solitary look at what you self-assess as not good enough, because whatever that is going to be coming up right now with less contact between you and your divine counterpart. You'll have this opportunity to see the places that you feel you fall short. This is your chance now to embody your worthiness in your own right. These twin journeys show us our worthiness by way of catching the attention of someone that is everything that we ever imagined, checks all our boxes. But then the shadow side of these journeys is, in the darkest moment, it also pulls the shadow out of us and shows us where we still need to bring in self-love and embodiment of spirit and the eternal and what really matters. So if you, pile 2, have been pointing the finger at your DM and saying they're not spiritual enough, they're not awakened to the connection, they don't know what we have here, it's time to turn those same things back onto you and ask the divine to show you how you can process a lack of belief, not seeing what you have despite the disconnect or the appearance of a disconnect here. Wow. So pile 2, you're being asked to, any of the things that you put on your divine counterpart that they're not doing, write a list of those things and then ask yourself, are you doing those things? Do you truly recognize, even in these darkest moments, do you still have the ability to see this connection? Guaranteed your divine counterpart is going through so much of what you're going through. Just as you haven't expressed it to them, they haven't articulated it to you. So there's a bit of a mirroring thing going on here, that you're being asked to really look at your projections, pile 2, and give yourself a pep talk to find strategies for you to come back into increased balance and wholeness and out of this 10 of Swords energy. a lot of the waves of intensity that will be rolling through you are affecting your twin as well. Because we're on a twin flame journey, we tend to process it through the lens of our divine counterpart, but rest assured, everyone on the planet is going through this motion with all of the energies affecting everybody. We just process it through different lenses. Twin flames tend to make it quite heavily in relation to their divine counterpart. So just keep breathing through the birthing contractions of the new earth. What can we see further for pile 2? Any other messages here for pile 2? Yeah, this is a real clearing of external beliefs. This is a chance for you to refine what you want to manifest on a deeper level. 5 of Wands is about a lot of assumptions and opinions coming to you. So a little bit more homework. Write down the things that you think are immovable obstacles in your journey right now, pile 2, and just take note of how those are blocking your ability to manifest things that would support you in your life as an individual. These journeys are truly about coming into sovereign, self-sustaining energies. There's the Queen of Wands again on the bottom of this pile, or on the bottom of this new deck. So yeah, this is about you coming into your divine feminine embodiment on a new level. What can we see going forward for next steps? The Sun. Enlightenment. You're about to make some major revelations, aha moments. And we've got reunion here on the table. Twin flame card. And some communication. So I'm really feeling right now communication won't go well. If you reach out, there's too much mini dark night of the soul or major energetic processing that your person is going through, and that's, you know, what you are probably feeling here. So just trust. We've got this 2 of Wands reunion cards coming up. There is enlightenment. Keep looking for your own truths. Look at the twins on there. There's a set of counterparts running and playing there. There's a set of counterparts in this card. All of these cards have counterparts there. So just believe this connection wouldn't be here if it wasn't a truth, a fact I just heard. But communication right now isn't going to be great. Tempers are high, intensity, emotions are high. Your divine counterpart is going through it right now. I'm not getting the Tower, but might as well be here. Both of you are coming through this enlightenment. No, it doesn't feel comfortable, but just chill out and allow the process. Focus on you. Just keep being grateful for this love, that it crossed your path, that you are on this journey, all of that. What message can we get from pile 2's counterpart at this time? What would pile 2's counterpart want to say? I dream about you a lot, too much. I miss you, do you, which came out for pile 1. Oh, these same cards came out for pile 1. Here's more sunshiny energy, the Sun here. So yes, you are very special. So if you're doubting your worthiness, please, pile 2, do not. Your person thinks you are absolutely incredible. This is the solstice, if I'm not mistaken, too. I'm getting that 1221. There is a deep, life-changing transformation happening for your counterpart right now. They might think they're going a little bit off the rails. Seek professional advice. I sometimes get this as a legal thing, but I'm getting mental health. Like, it's all coming in for your person right now, and they're having major revelations of what's going on. They think about you too much. They know they need to balance out so that they can actually communicate with you, because they miss you, but they are isolating is what I'm getting. They're thinking too much and not enough action, but it's all, their life is putting a squeeze on them right now, but it's not about you. So they really want you to know that, but they're even considering that they are in over their head in some regard. And pile 2, you must understand that your person will come out of this with flying colors and be completely supported by this mini dark night of the soul. They are becoming a master. It's not easy, but let go of the momming and just let them do it. It takes time. Stop telling yourself if the love was there, it would have happened by now. This is going to be for the rest of your life, I'm feeling. So just sink into knowing that once this part is done, you won't ever have to go through this part again. Okay. Pile 3. Here we go. What can we see for pile 3? What should pile 3 be doing while their divine counterpart is really getting real? What is it we can see? So what does the divine want pile 3 to focus on, to know? I just saw the Temperance card. Most at this time. Pile 3, what is it that we can see in your situation at this time? Okay, freeing yourself from fear, from the entrapments of your mind. And we get the Magician and the Moon. So there's a lot of unknown for you right now. And this is an opportunity for you to come out of pessimistic thinking, out of thoughts that there's manipulation going on. If there is manipulation going on in your situation, it's not deliberate towards you, I'm hearing. I'm going to pull a clarifier for that, though. Which deck should we get? That one. So for the Magician in the reverse, this is a card of manipulation in the reverse. It can also be just a standstill in not forcing a manifestation. For some, that's going to resonate as you don't know what you don't know. So even though you're freeing yourself from fear, there's not enough information to go forward and manifest based on the awareness of all the information being involved. So it's not appropriate to guess. It's going to be better than you imagine when it's time. But right now, because there's uncertainty, just keep coming out of fear and into safety and wholeness as a foundation for when things can gel and go forward. For those who are considering that there could be manipulation at play, let's see what it is. So there is missing information. The Moon, the Ace of Swords in the reverse can be a lie, but I'm getting it's omission. You don't know what you don't know. And this is one of the ways that our psyche wants to control. We want to know. We want to have certainty. So our psyche can invent stories. This is really deep because our psyche can invent stories to pacify the uncertainty. Whatever emotions we're feeling, it's like we can invent delusional things. We can fill in the blanks with all sorts of half-truths or assumptions or fears, worthiness stuff. You're being asked to just drop the storylines and come into the present moment where you don't have to do that. It's like the universe has come in for all of the divine feminines and taken the divine masculines away so that the divine feminines have to finalize this motion of worthiness. All the piles have gotten this message of coming out of the mental entrapping and into holding one's own without the certainty of the masculine at this time. The divine masculines are going through a major awakening where they are getting real about what they have been doing in their lives, the way they've been viewing things, the way they've been conducting themselves, the way that they have been navigating is all being seen for what it's been, because it hasn't resulted in what they thought they would achieve. They are not happy like they thought they would be. They are not happy like they've told everybody they are. And so they've got to face that inconvenient truth. And so while they're doing that, pile 3, this is your chance to be okay with not knowing. This is a consistent message today in all the piles. Messenger of water, exactly, surrendering that if you don't know, come into the safety. Let's see, what else does pile 3 need to know about what they should be doing at this time? Two of Swords, take every thought captive. So much analytical meditation for all the piles right now. It's a major time, but Two of Swords is the crossroads, blocked vision. Should I stay? Should I go? In the reverse, it's my card of having chosen the loving route for you, not the fear. Each sword represents love or fear, and in the reverse, a choice has been made to choose the loving path forward. So I'm going to get 2 piles. So if you resonate with this and you've chosen to really let go and focus on maybe a soulmate or another option, your career, hopefully at this time, pile 3, what can we see for pile 3? Oh, we got the moon again. For those who have decided to let go, it's really a deep motion into being comfortable with uncertainty. Actually, there's a gorgeous book by Pema Chodron, and it's called Comfortable with Uncertainty. Please get that, pile 3, if you're resonating with wanting to let go and you're wanting to really come into balance without having to know things. I do recommend that book. Okay, for pile 2, or for pile 3, who are not walking away, but just releasing certain fear-based beliefs or beliefs for your divine counterpart, what can we see? Yeah, you're not willing to invest in things that aren't moving forward, and there's a third party involved. So for pile 3, that you are expanding your capacity but not willing to walk away, you definitely know that there is some third energy that you're aware of, and it's not necessarily an ultimatum, but you are giving space, not investing, while your divine counterpart sees this other thing as not allowing this to streamline between the two of you. So you're holding space for this and finding the loving ways to look at what is going on for your divine masculine. So either way, there's a lesson here in choosing love and choosing a heart expanding, accommodating energy that says my divine counterpart is free to make their own choices, and it's up to me what I do on my side of the energy with or without them. So whether it's walking away into the unknown and just practicing how to be comfortable with that, or staying in a holding space energy and looking at the inner workings of how to connect emotions with what you're observing, and how to love unconditionally at a distance without contributing into the situation if it's got a third energy involved. Okay, let's get a message for pile 3 from your person. What can we see? What would pile 3's person? What do you want? Sex. I am coming, trust. I worry about us a lot, and I left you because you told me to. So there might have been an ultimatum here, and there might have been third parties involved, and this idea of should we or shouldn't we go there with the sexual stuff at this time. So your person is respecting you. They do feel an attraction for you, whatever they've said or not. I see the attraction here. They do intend on getting themselves through whatever it is that's holding them apart from you, but there does seem to be a waiting period with the 7 of Coins and the Moon. There is this period of of waiting. And so you are meant to be taking your thoughts captive at this time, pile 3. And your person is confused about what you want and if it's sexual in nature at this time or not. So let's get one more quick message for advice. What would the divine want pile 3 to do regarding communication? Just want a confirmation here. So put down your defenses. Set healthy boundaries. This is my card of healthy boundaries, but this is internalized. So really get real with yourself, pile 3, about the ways that you compromise yourself. And if you didn't have to fear that you would lose your divine counterpart at all, what would truly be best for you in this situation? Go bravely in that direction, because that is the righteousness, that is the perfection that works for you, that affirms your highest standard. And that does not have to be a lofty or arrogant assertion to your person. This is you being clear with what works and doesn't work for you. Okay, my dear pile 3s, I love you so much, and bye for now. I'm cutting that off because I've got to go, and I'll probably be back later with another check-in. Bye for now.